Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. I'm here with Justin Yu and Stephen Ewart, and we're going to talk about the bout that they fenced each other at the what what tournament was it at?
Charlotte, January NAC
2020.
This year. Yeah, I think I actually filmed the bout, so
Yeah.
I should remember. It was a pretty good bout, and these guys approached me after watching the bout between Jake and Lewis and said they'd be interested in doing the same thing. And since that bout turned out really, really well, of course I said yes to that. So I'm gonna let them introduce each other and set the bout up, and then we'll get right into it. So, guys, go for it.
All right. So here we have Justin Yu. He was born in 1997. His birthday is next week. So hopefully by the time sorry. Who am I kidding? His birthday's in 2 days.
Yeah, jeez.
Sorry, I thought it was still last week. So by the
It's
time
an
you're
easy
watching
mistake
this, probably-
to make in the quarantine.
Yeah. So by the time you guys are watching this, probably wish Justin a happy birthday. Pretty good fencer. His claim to fame was that he got second at Cadet Worlds and third at Junior Worlds at the same World Championships. Yeah, Justin Yu, everybody.
All right. This is Stephen Ewart. I hope my finger is pointing the right way when this is edited. Yeah, he goes to Notre Dame. He was born in 1999. He's majoring in business analytics, so please hire him later down the road. He's a good fencer, really, really good. He got top 8 at Junior Worlds. I would say, but I think he got something wrong about me. My claim to fame is having an even record against him in at NACs. So
Oh, you went back and calculated it?
it took me a bit. Yeah, I think it is even, right?
Yeah, wait.
2-2.
I think you're right.
Yeah. But we fenced each other like about
A lot.
thousands of hours.
Yeah, we fenced each other a lot now. So this bout came after I had come back to LA to train with Justin again. And for about a month leading up to this NAC, we fenced at least 15 touch bouts every single day. So it was, if I had to run into anybody at this NAC, unfortunately it was Justin because we really just understood how each other fenced at that point because we trained a lot together.
Yeah, we over the summer too. I think it was like 9-15 touch bouts a day for like something.
Oh my
Right
god!
before Summer Nationals in 2019. So, it was interesting, because when you fence someone that much, it's like you can kind of feel what they're about to do and when they're about to do it. So it just became, who was picking the right things and who was executing better on that day.
Yeah, it really came down to like rock, paper, scissors. It felt like sometimes like choose an action and he wouldn't, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's what we like to equate it to because that's really what it felt like. I know Justin's going to attack, so did I pick the right response? Or Justin knows I'm going to attack. Did I execute well enough against what I think his response is going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, he chose more rocks and I chose scissors. So it was a pretty good bout.
All right, and on that note, we're gonna jump right into it.
Let's go.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness! I just pressed the wrong thing. Okay. So yeah, if you guys want me to go back, slow it down, see something again, let me know.
Yeah, I feel like this touches. We're just kind of feeling it out.
Yeah.
So what are you both trying to do at this point? You said feeling it out, but like what specifically?
Well, I just don't want to get hit with that straight punch. So, I was really trying to like keep a lot of like distance and only like allowing both of us to hit short target.
Gotcha.
It's actually really funny. Every single time I fence Justin at like a NAC or a local competition or something like that, my coach Tigran, since I was 13, has said the same thing. He goes, like he's gonna take 6, so avoid that, and then watch out for his foot touch, and then good luck. It's the same thing every single time before the bout. But this time he said avoid 6 and 8. So that was after he said that, I knew it was going to be way more complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a funny story about, like, every time I go for the foot against Steven. So at Swords, like, the floor feels like every time you touch the floor, it feels like you're hitting someone's foot because there's a lot of traction. So for, like, 2 weeks, apparently I was hitting his foot. But
He was absolutely hitting my foot.
I was convinced that I wasn't, and Steven was just playing mind games with me. And finally, like, after, like, 2 weeks of this, I was like, Steven, are you just, like, playing with me right now? Like, and then finally, like, it happened here, and I was, like, convinced I didn't hit him at all. It's just been, like, a weird kind of dynamic.
So, yeah. Here, Justin just nailed me in the foot. I got in too close, and Justin's incredibly fast.
Yeah, I barely saw that coming.
He's, see, look how relaxed his shoulders are. There's absolutely no telegraphing of what he's about to do, and he's able to accelerate really quickly at the foot. So it's always tough for me, even now, to see, like, when Justin's going for the foot. Or even if you do see when Justin's going to the foot, good luck doing something about it.
So in a situation like that where you get hit on the foot, especially early, would you try to protect your line more or open your distance a little more, especially since you've been hit twice on short target now, or something else?
Yeah. So for me, if someone, like, I know they like going to the foot and they've hit me on the foot, I'll drop my point a little bit, and that to the other person looks like I'm covering that line. It creates, like, this threat of if I go to the foot, his point's right there.
Yeah, it's a little faster.
Yeah. But I think at this point I was willing to, like, just keep my point up and look for Justin's, like, preparation for the foot and try and see it, if he's going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think your first one. Oh, there. Yeah, I was really convinced that you were gonna, like, fully commit. So that's why.
Obviously, things at competitions and things at practice are a little bit different.
Yeah, of course.
So I was a little nervous to commit all the way on Justin, and I was afraid, if I did go in all the way, he was just gonna punish me for it.
Mm-hmm. So what happened here exactly? You thought you hit but didn't? Because it looked like you went in at the right time.
I think I went from too far, and I also kind of pulled my arm back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was, like, a touch that I was doing a lot in practice against Steven. So I thought, like, yeah, I'm up 2-0. It's worth the risk to just try it.
Yeah.
Like, double coupe, like, flush isn't exactly, like, the safest bet, but even if it doubled, like, at least, like, he has the threat of, like, something like that happening.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so important to note that just because you've lost a touch doesn't mean that it wasn't worth trying it, and you can still use those lost touches to set things up going forward. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and just to understand, what you have to adjust to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Or to make it work.
You just heard me say right over his mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven's compound, like, attack is so hard to deal with. Like, even if he doesn't, like, hit the first one, his remise is just so accurate, and his head is, like, in the way of, like, it's just so hard to hit him. That's very.
No, I like that angle a lot. If I get caught, righty, lefty, and 4, then I can just kind of keep going forward.
Yeah, I get hit with that even in practice, like, all the time.
Wow.
Oh.
No.
I couldn't really. Play back speed. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I can see it.
So.
7, 8, and then
Yeah.
6, I think.
That was a crazy infighting exchange.
Yeah, I think. Do you remember that Rick and Morty thing where Rick is like falling through space and he's like, "Oh, please God," and he like grabs the remote. He's like, "Oh, there is no God."
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened here with me? That was a good touch with Steven.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's
Got
weird
him.
watching this bout and trying to analyze it.
Yeah.
You know, like I've seen the bout before and just kind of watched through it. Like, oh, I remember that. But it's weird trying to like think through the touches
Yeah.
since there wasn't a lot of thought at the time.
Don't worry.
Really, do you consider yourself to be a lot more reactive and premeditated?
I think when I was younger, it was a lot more just reactive and just kind of feeling out what's happening. And I think as I've gotten older, I've learned to think things through and try and predict, set things up. But yeah, you know, in a bout like this, it kind of reverts back to just feeling everything out and reacting.
Just because you guys are practically teammates and you fence each other so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, just because, you know, it's really familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, these were always the hardest bouts for me, for sure. Someone who just knows you intimately well. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I knew that, like, that compound attack was coming. So, yeah, I try to, like, turn my body out of the way. Because, yeah, I was like, parrying isn't going to work. Sometimes you just got to freestyle.
Yeah.
You just gotta freestyle, man.
Wow. Yeah,
That was really lovely.
the setup for that what did you call it? Two tempo coupe attack?
Oh yeah, what do you call it? Like a double coupe?
No, that one was 1, I think. It was,
That was
7
1?
to, like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, the first one was a take. Yeah. Okay.
Miss to 4 repost.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was really lucky that you didn't hit me. Oh.
I stood up on my legs there and didn't hit him.
Yeah. If you had straight lunged, I think that would have just 100% been yours.
Yeah, the
That was
reaction was
very
to,
optimistic of me
yeah.
to try. Yeah, honestly, my plan going into this bout was, like, just get enough points where you can't, like, streak on you. Because I don't know if you've seen Steven, like, be down 40-30 in that team bout and, like, come back.
I have seen that.
Yeah, that was, like, my plan, like, to not have that happen.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what happened here because of the referee position.
Yeah.
The referee may be your friend in Epee, but he's my biggest enemy when I'm filming. I have to like wiggle all over the place and change positions. Like if you had been leading right now, I would have gotten up. Wow, that was amazing. If you had been leading right now,
Yeah.
I would have gotten up and gone somewhere else because he would have been in front of me the whole time.
Yeah.
And like especially when the lead changes, like obviously that's very exciting to watch, but for me as a like the person filming, it's awful.
Yeah. Especially Alexi. He's always in the way.
Whew.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
so Justin just really got me with that straight flush, perfect on my step forward.
yeah.
Yeah, I think what it was like a lot of the touches you were just like freely pushing me back. So I kind of wanted to try to challenge you.
Yeah.
In that like step.
I like the preparations a lot because you've been making the kind of sharp hop in preparation, like you did a little one there, but then they haven't really turned into anything, and this time the hop in continued into a flesh. So that was just a good mix up.
Is that Lewis on the other side?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lewis and Faez. I had Miles filming that bout.
Okay, so this is actually really funny. Every single time me and Justin fence in practice, right? If the most common bout we do is a 15 touch bout, break at 8, right? Like it's saber.
Yeah.
So in practice, we'll just take a break at 8. And during the summer and during the winter, I'd say 90-something% of our bouts, it would flip who was up, but it would always be 6-8, right? In most of our bouts, the score is always 6-8. So I'm down 5-8. Going into the end of the first period, there's like 20 seconds left, and I just told myself, you have to, right? You got to make it 6-8. And there wasn't anything that was going to stop me from getting the next touch. I just really, really wanted to make it 6-8.
That's funny.
And Justin didn't even notice until the next period, so that made me kind of sad.
I know, like while we were testing bell guards, I was like, oh wow, it's 6-8.
So I like something that just happened here, where you make a low fake and I guess try to get him to react by going to your low line. Is that what happened? Because he reacted down and you tried to do something high, right there.
Yeah. So this is if my plan, at least for that, was I'm showing low, trying to provoke Justin to maybe come in high, and then I was ready to recover and then flick on top.
Yeah. That's what it looked like, and I like that because
Yeah.
you made him react. It just wasn't the reaction that you were expecting.
Yeah. And even if they do search, but the distance is close, sometimes you can still get that flick on top.
Yeah. I like that action. It's a good idea.
I don't know if you guys can hear. Is my background loud? I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Okay, good.
There's like a little vrooming, but
Lawnmower?
My neighbor is revving a dirt bike right now.
and here's what where you said like you're gonna get the touch no matter what.
Yeah, and so, Justin says like if Steven really, really like needs a touch, he's just gonna hit your leg.
Yeah. Like, it's just gonna happen. You just gotta take it.
So
I
go ahead.
Yeah, I went in there and I was like, okay, even though there's 20 seconds left, like I'm going for the touch, and I was I'm fairly confident in my thigh touch, and so my plan was just move in, and then as soon as he steps forward, just shoot out and get the thigh.
This is the first time you've gone for the thigh, right?
Yeah, just because I don't like to do actions too many times and like spam them,
Because people start to like look for and protect against them.
Yeah, and especially with something that's like really reliable for me, like that thigh touch. I'll spam it and I'll do it as many times as it's gonna work. But for something that I'm confident in, I'd rather save that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
For when I really, really need it.
Yeah,
and something like the thighs, you can throw one out and get it 100%, but maybe it's not gonna work 2 or 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's what makes it so effective is that it's not used a lot, so it works pretty often when you do use it.
Yeah, and you could do it, 4 times without, but you have to give your opponent a chance to forget that it's...
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I missed a touch here. Yeah, I've only ever done one Epee tournament, and when I did it, it was the Hangover Open at the New York Athletic Club, and I was actually doing fairly well, but then I fenced Corwin Duncan, who beat me in like 20 seconds on 5 touches to my thigh. And like,
that sounds all right.
And like, if someone attacked me high, like in Saber, I would just make it miss. And if someone hit my foot, I would just pick it up and lunge at them. But when he tried to hit me in the thigh, I was just like, I don't know what to do against that. I don't know. I just couldn't figure it out. It was just like such an awkward spot on my body. I couldn't I couldn't figure out what to do against it.
Do you remember Kevin Moe?
I do remember Kevin Moe. I think I fenced him at that tournament, actually.
Well, at one time I watched like juniors when I was like 10. Corwin 15-2 to Kevin in a minute.
I was there for that. That was a crazy bout. Actually, this is another funny Corwin story. I was walking around that tournament with my friend after that bout was over, and I'd never met him, neither had my friend, and Corwin came up to us with a box of like donut holes and was like, "I just won a tournament. Want a donut?" We're both like, "Yeah, okay, thank you." It was just really random.
Corwin's a really sweet guy.
Yeah, but like knowing him now a lot better, like looking back on that, I was like, that was like a perfect introduction to him. So
Yeah,
it was just really funny.
So I got a touch, pure miracle.
I think you hit me in the hand like pretty solidly, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was not paying attention, I guess. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's the Jungjin Sun inside of me.
Hit the foot until you get the touch.
Eventually, one of them will hit.
Wow, I'm amazed you turned that into 2 lights.
Or who are Steven or me?
You. After missing there.
Well,
Yeah, he's got the.
yeah. Sometimes if you just believe hard enough,
Believe and remise hard enough.
somehow it'll double.
There is no God. See, at this point, I was considering moving.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't start doing better.
It's okay, he moved eventually. Wow. That was weird.
Oh. Lame.
I know. I think Steven pulled his arm back.
Cause
Yeah,
you
you can see I kind of looked at my coach like, did I pull it?
Yeah, because you didn't get the blade, right?
No,
No,
I just went.
It was like a straight, like for me.
Yeah, I was trying to go straight too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you, I cannot hit you when you do that.
Yeah, Justin was telling me after the bout, like, yeah, you really hit me with that advanced lunge. But I was, my coaches were saying, like, if you do this advanced lunge, he's going to, see the advance and he's just going to nail you. So only do, like, a one-tempo lunge. So I was really confused.
I don't know about that call, to be honest. Like, that advanced lunge is so good.
The first saber class I ever went to, the coach told me that if you have a good lunge, you can be national champion, and if you have a good advanced lunge, you can be world champion. And we thought that was just ridiculous. And like looking back on that comment now as like a more experienced fencer, I was like, that was a really, really like prescient comment. But I just wasn't in like the position to understand it at that time. And if you have a good advanced lunge, like it goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing.
That's pretty ridiculous what you can do with it.
Yeah. Another surprise.
I'm really sad. I thought I hit him.
I was a little confused because your blade was like past me. Yeah, I didn't know why you asked for your blade, but then again, I did it twice.
I don't know. I thought I hit you. Like right there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I just kind of
Yeah,
did the
kind of.
swipe.
Yeah, that was for a while there, the touches weren't happening like really quickly, so I wanted to like change up the rhythm. So like I wanted to like score like quicker with like less time in between to like kind of throw Steven off.
Yeah, it's a good idea. That was interesting.
I think that was like Steven messed up a little.
What was the final? Here we.
You like parried my blade into your.
Oh,
leg.
into my thigh. Yeah.
Yeah, you even said it. That happens sometimes.
Oh, that thing is wild.
Wow, that was nice.
Ooh, that was really, really nice.
Yeah, it was a good moment. It was a good second intention. Yeah, I like that a lot.
And you see me just completely stand there, get nailed.
It was a really good.
Yeah, I went for the foot a lot, so I felt like.
Yeah, it was a really good tactical action because you've not done anything forward off the foot, except maybe once when you got that remise in close quarters. But like,
Yeah.
not from any like long situation have you gone for the foot and then continued forward. So that was a really good mix-up.
Oh jeez.
What is so funny about this one?
I don't know, just really typical kind of.
Yeah.
One of us does something, the other one reacts, and the one who gets hit feels really dumb.
Yeah, I felt really dumb after that. I felt so smart, like getting out of the distance and like trying to counterattack, and I just got parry posted.
So that was like a step ahead in the rock paper scissors game then.
Yeah. The straight lunge is coming. I'm gonna counterattack. Yeah, this one I like just kind of gambled. Like
Gambled why? You mean like because you wanted to keep the pace of getting touches quickly going?
Hey Steven, what's up?
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, okay, you're back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you said the last thing you said was you wanted to gamble on that one. Did you gamble because you wanted to keep scoring touches quickly or because
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to like keep like scoring like really quickly because like we haven't really been doing that the entire bout.
Mm-hmm.
And also this action I had like just done it, so like there was like a good chance that like it might work again because like it's kind of that weird mind game like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a rock twice and you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, if I were to do this bout again, I would do the same thing. Like
Makes sense.
I stand by my mistakes.
I don't know. I thought this was just a kind of good read or good decision on my part, just to kind of go into it with like, I don't know, it's kind of laggy. I can't quite see what I did with the blade, but
Let me slow it down.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good read.
Yeah. So with something like that, and this is why we say it's rock, paper, scissors, because in my head I was probably going, all right, I'm going to try and hit his foot. And Justin was saying, I'm going to try and do this action. And then it just came down to which action matched up better and who performed it better.
Makes sense. I wish the ref hadn't been in the way on that one.
I can tell you what happened. I remember this.
Hit me.
Because I was like trying to flick Steven's hand after beating his blade a little. But Steven lunged and I ended up accidentally flicking his chest. I don't know. I tried to play it off cool. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, thank you, Lord.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you throw out a low percentage action that you think doesn't really have it. It may not have a high chance of scoring, but it also doesn't have a high chance of being punished. And then if something like that happens, you just get a touch. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was really lucky.
Just put yourself in a good position often enough, you're going to get lucky eventually.
Yeah, it's true. Luck favors the strong.
Nice touch.
Yeah, that was a nice finish.
Yeah. Yeah, I was considering either just going straight through 7 or 7 coupe, because I know that my 7 is pretty strong, but I also know that Steven knows my 7 is really strong. So I was like, chances are if I go through 7, he's going to like parry it correctly.
Yeah.
So I was like, might as well just be safe.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Any closing
I think
thoughts
the
on the
big
bout?
thing for this bout that Justin did really well is he was willing to take like a lot more risks than I was. Like he committed on a lot of actions and he like committed deep.
Yeah.
And that was something I was just afraid to do at the time. And you know, hindsight's 20/20, but I think Justin just did a really good job of not letting the competition get to him and just doing what he knows how to do.
Which is rare, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually
Oh, sorry.
that's actually a comment I've heard about you a lot, Steven, is that people are really impressed by how relaxed you seem in these competitions.
Yeah, but then you put the O word in front of a season, and
I'll do it.
that really did it for me.
Yeah. It's hard. One of the interesting things is that like everyone is under pressure all the time, and I think a lot of people are under the impression that the top guys don't feel the pressure the same way, but they do. It's just a different type of pressure, and that kind of pressure changes all the time, and sometimes you're better at dealing with it than others. Like Justin just said, like he doesn't feel this relaxed at competitions very often, but for some reason it all came together on the day for him, and it wasn't as good for you today for whatever reason. So yeah.
No, and that was one thing I noticed during the bout, and even talking to Ari Simmons after his bout with Justin earlier in the day, is Justin was really, really like sharp that day. You know, like if you watch any of his bouts, he wasn't missing a lot of touches. He was very like precise, and his actions were executed really like sharply.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like a very explosive, very direct. So it was fun to be a part of.
Yeah. And Justin,
Yeah.
you lost to Faiz in the next bout, right?
Yeah, Faiz was also
Yeah, he.
on fire that day.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun to
It's,
watch too.
He's so experienced that like even if he's tired, he like still knows what to do. Like he'll just change accordingly.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
beat him in pools, so Justin, you should have just gave it to him. I hate to say it.
Next time, man. We'll do the calculations.
Yeah, it's amazing how much older you can be in Epee and still be relevant. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Soren.
one of the first NACs I filmed, John Normile won it, and I think he was like 45 or something at the time. And
Ewart was 44 at the Olympics.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like-
exactly. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that comes from the fact that the timing is so short in Epee, so you can protect yourself a lot more with that, and you don't have to move as much, which is an interesting it's interesting because that's the most extreme case of the 3 different weapons. So
I also think that like the better footwork you have, like the better footwork skills you obtain, the less you actually really do have to move. Like, if you watch some like really high level senior fencers, for example, like Nikishin, he doesn't really look like he's moving a lot, but because his footwork skills are so good, it's the reason why he doesn't have to move.
yeah, he's just in the right place at the right, or he's just in the right place like all the time, basically, right?
Yeah, and he's controlling where the other guy is too.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. Any other closing thoughts on the bout?
Oh, you want to go
Next.
first?
Yeah, that was an interesting bout. It's definitely always really interesting to fence your teammates, and someone who's familiar with how you fence. You know, me and Justin can say it was rock, paper, scissors and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, you fenced that bout much better than I did. Just never be afraid to take risks when you fence. Commit to your actions all the way and do what you know how to do.
Yeah, one of the things that I say sometimes when people are fencing saber is that like sometimes people get into this rhythm where they do a bunch of simultaneouses because both people are scared to do an action and go backwards. But I'll always tell people that it's riskier in that situation not to take a risk, because if you just keep going like this over and over, the other person's going to come forward and do something, and you're going to lose the touch. So by playing it safe, it's actually more dangerous sometimes, as strange as that may sound. But
I'd agree with that, actually.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So, like, my, I guess, closing thoughts on, like, this matchup was that, me and Steven are really good friends. Like, we've been really good friends since we were, like, 14. But when it comes down to it, like, when we fence each other at competitions, it's just business.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
and
course.
That's, like, the way I think it should be, you know?
Yeah, never...
Fencers can learn.
Yeah.
Like,
when, I guess, to younger fencers, like, you can be friends... Like, me and Justin were hanging out and talking before the bout. And then we were hanging out and talking after the bout. And then the rest of the day, too. So, to younger fencers, like, when you're on strip against your friend, like, they aren't your friend. It's just business. But you can still be friends off strip.
Yeah. I mean, you're there to win. Like, don't try to cheat the other person in the bout. But, I mean, fence as hard as you can. You're supposed to win. That's the way competition works. So...
emotionally it can be hard to do that.
It comes with experience, just like all these other skills. So
yeah, and I guess that doesn't just go for your friends; it goes for everybody, right? It's just business. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a jerk about it, but you don't have to be nice either, right? You just have to go in and get your job done.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't have to, like, hate the other person to, like, win. Like, it's just fencing. Like, like, when it boils down to it, it's really just a game. And, like, I really think that, like, manners and, like, politeness still apply at, like, at some certain level, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, you're still there to win.
Yeah. Actually, there was, I watched Tim Morehouse beat some kid at a NAC, like, 15-2, and he was yelling his head off the whole time. And I heard a parent on the side afterwards say how disrespectful it was that, like, an Olympic silver medalist was doing that to a kid. And I was like, lady, that is the most respectful thing that he could possibly do to this person, because he doesn't treat any bout differently. And he's trying against your son as hard as he would be trying against, like, Aaron Salagi or something. And like, that's not disrespectful. That's the total opposite of being disrespectful. So
Yeah, I just would like to, like, add to my comment before, like, it's not, fencing is a combat sport, right? Like, it's not like we're holding hands and singing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Like, we're fighting each other with swords. Like, you gotta fight.
Yeah, but you don't need to, like, try to hurt the person is what you were trying to say, right?
Yeah.
I completely agree. Anyway, thanks, guys. That was really good.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Real quick, guys, just a quick shout out here. Me and Justin are thinking about doing a podcast, so be sure to be on the lookout for Steven and Justin's morning musings whenever we record our unrecorded podcast and when we figure out how to do a podcast.
The topics are going to range from our trip to Ukraine and basically all of our fencing mishaps to we had this weird thing where we would come up with, like, different ideas on how to use a plate, such as, like, using it as, like, a shield, as, like, a phalanx thing. I don't know how to...
We'll have coffee reviews on there.
Oh, coffee reviews. That's a big one.
Reviews.
Those are very important.
We're just muse. We're just going to freestyle.
We're just going to muse. Yep, we're going to freestyle it, so keep an eye out for it, guys.
Yeah, how many different ways you can come up with to say this is how the cookie crumbles?
Trust me, that can go for an hour.
That can go for an hour easily.
Yeah, important stuff. Stuff, guys. As soon as they get their stuff together, I will put the link in the video description. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.